Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I have my 3 books here. This is my current month, next month, and then August. I like to make my books in advance because they are monthly books, and it always gives me something to always continually work with. So next month, I am in a 365 stology. This is a half-year stology. So one of the things I always do is make sure I have what weeks I will be in. It just helps me keep track of what I'm doing and how many pages need to be in what. I don't ever do a book from start to finish because it just sucks the joy out of what I do here. But I do have a planner system, and this planner system consists of a lot of sections. I took the time to kind of like type it out, purely like for reference. I've got a pretty good handle of what comes next in each book. I use a post-it note to tell me what I'm in. I have the top tabs that kind of help me where each tracker is, because each tracker signifies a new week. So I have a whole system that I do when I'm setting up the books. And next thing I have to do in my July book is to tab it out. So I leave my tabs in every book when I archive them. So this one, I'm going in the last week here. So I'm right here, 6/13 to 6/19. So when I'm done with that Sunday, I cross it off and then I go into that. And then this book will be archived upstairs. And then I move on to this book and I'll use a different cover, but I'll just do stuff like that. But this monthly has been from, since January started. In the new year, probably 2023, I will probably do a pre-dated, one that's already dated out for me. In the monthly one, I just used an idea notebook, cut it down from an A5 to a standard size, the Hobonichi ones. Sorry, not the idea, the Hobonichi ones. And then printed on Tomo River paper, the monthly printable, and just glued it in. And then I have like reference stuff in the back. And I did that because it's a thin enough book. I cut the back off like this because this was always in a Moterm standard companion, the one where you can slip in on the front. I think in probably October, November, I'm going to start back in my Moterms. But for right now, I'm having a fun time in my leather kind of planners. Covers. So July is just representation of summer. Bright colors. I don't care for summer. I actually do not like it. It's very hot where I live and swamp-like and mosquitoes and bugs. It's just not my jam. My jam is the end of August. It's where fall comes. Even in where I live in Houston, fall probably don't happen till like the end of September, beginning of October as far as temperatures are concerned, because we get really hot temperatures in the summer. But I really love the bright colors. I try to sometimes pick a theme for my books based upon like what are we in. Like May was Mother's Day. June, it was just, there was really no theme. I don't really have a lot in June, but it was just like muted begin of summer. So that's myself, Fair as a Liar. I just kind of was not muted, but not bright. Just a hodgepodge of stuff, and that's what I like. But for July, I went with just like full-on summer stuff. Tasks and personal goals. I started labeling. I did this piece of vellum here Romans 8:18. And then I did, which is probably a first in a long time, glue in all of my trackers. I haven't done that. I used to do it a lot. I used to prep my books a lot, but I always make sure in a new book I've got my tracker down and my week down. Those are the inserts that I paste in on regular printer paper. Target, the cheapest Target paper I find is what I buy. I'm not one of those like snobs. I used to be with the Tomo River paper, but not anymore. Like I just use regular printer paper for everything. But I make sure this is down because when I start to go into the last week of June, it almost never fails that there is a weekly item that is needed to put down for the week. So I start to slowly, I'll write out like, okay, this book is starting on the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30, June goes to 30. And then 1, 2, 3. And then I'll put habit tracker up here. I'll start writing my habit tracker stuff. I did my morning pages. I'll start doing my devotion, but that's towards the last week of this book. But the next step in the book is to tab it out. I do have a video, I want to say, of me tabbing it out. I did do where my commonplace book would be. So that's all my planning. And then here goes the empty blank. This page is for whatever I want. Typically it's journaling. Because I'm in a TN, I've journaled in a separate book, very, very private. It's in like a B6 Moleskine. But once July comes, I will put my journaling back in here. Now August, I am not in astrology. I am in this Exceed notebook. Oh, no, it's not even an Exceed. It's some no-namer Walmart book. I don't even know. What does this say? U Style Collections? I don't know. And I thought my system is about 240 pages. No, I'm lying. 220 pages. And I thought, okay, get your system in there because I do enjoy the aspect of a traveler's notebook in here. But then towards the end of the last weeks, this is only 4 weeks, I want to journal. And I don't have enough pages because this is a half-year astrology. So I was like, if I could find a book that's like 250 pages, it would be perfect. Because this 365 gives me a pretty good amount of empty pages. I've used them all for journaling. I can journal like 8 to 10 pages a day, probably more if I'm very stressed or sad or anxious. So I like having options for the back of my books. Astrology is my preference, but I like to change up books because it just allows me to do something different for the month. And because these are monthly books, I always have like a companion. They're my rings and my Hobonichi weeks. So August is my birthday month. So I just kind of did that. That's my dashboard. Tasks and personal goals, gratitude, scripture. And I started doing like a week in here just to test how the paper will hold up. Because, again, I glue in stuff. I'm not sure if I glued the week. I don't think I did yet. So I did test out like my TWSBI because I want to see how it writes in here. I have images because on my devotion pages, on the last page of it, I use an image. So this reminds me to glue an image down and then use the next image for the next week and so forth. So I did, I want to say daily in here. Like I not did it, but I drew it out on purpose to see how it works. Now I am concerned because I could see the stitching coming up. So this is clearly not like, how do I say, a book that I've used before. I know that Good and True is my stology, but I just want to try. And, you know, I don't think it'll fall apart, but I'm more than likely put washi here to kind of keep it. The binding looks similar to like a Moleskine. This was a B5 book, and I cut it down to a standard. So I really like the lined. I really like the lined. And Moleskine has a lined as well, but again, I paid $7 for this book. And to me, $7 seems amazing versus the $20, $21 I pay for stology. So either way, if you have a question, I'd be like, Monique, what if this book falls apart? I'm one of those ones that will make whatever work, especially with my system, because it's just so, I'm so used to it. I will make it work. I did do like a test page for pens and markers. Tombow, Sarasa, Sharpie S Gel. I was writing with a pen and I forgot that I put, it's a different Barrow. So this one is normally a gel pen, but I forgot that you can put, my Uniball Jetstream 1.0 is my most favorite pen, but it's very bulky. So I can take it out and put it in this barrel, and this is very slim, so it could help when I have those pen loops that are, you know, sticky and you know, whatever. So I was writing with this one, but that's what it is. This is my favorite pen. Pilot Super Gel Pentel Brush Pen, my TWSBI Eco, Aquaball Medium. So it's basically, my daughter, using all the pens that were surrounded by me, and nothing happened. It's perfect. So I always have like extra pieces of things because as I see things on, you know, Pinterest, I start printing. This is my exercise tracker. It's never used for dated purposes. It's used for the countdown of the days because I use it to track my exercise that I'm failing very miserably at, and my eating is failing. But I have it in there regardless to tell me how many days I've stood keto and how many days I haven't. I have had a tremendous issue. Tuesday, Wednesday, today's Thursday. So yeah, I've had issues. I haven't stood keto the days that are circled. So, but yeah, I use my exercise log for that. And those always go in the back with my health log. So I use this page here to draw out my health log, and then in comes the commonplace book. I've got some just words in Spanish to try and help my daughter, and my Spanish is not all that great, but I mean, I get the gist of it. But I thought I would come in here and, you know, I printed these on Pinterest and, you know, helps me. Excuse me, sorry, perdón. Have a nice day. Que tenga un buen día. Adiós. Hola, buenas noches. ¿Cómo estás? So these are just really easy words, and it just helps me to remind me, hey, teach her the easy words. So that's what's going on. I brought these over here because I'm going to tab this out, or to remind me every time the last week of a book, which I'm going to be in here pretty soon on Sunday. I always bring out the next book to slowly migrate stuff out of here to here. Do I have a video of that? Probably. They'll probably named Monique standard size, migration, or end of month, or I don't know. I have so many videos you can fish through. But I will be migrating, and then I'll just move this monthly. I do have Jenica. This is Jenica Journals. It's a Kodiak leather, and I was a folio, but I punched my own holes so I can make it a traveler's notebook. Just 2 strands, because really I just need 2 with my books. She is making me a chestnut brown standard TN and just another leather of hers. And she's doing something new where she's making pockets over here for me. She's never really done it, so she's really, I'm excited to have her just, how do you say, be a guinea pig. Well, not be a guinea pig. I can be a guinea pig for her work. So I really love her work. So anyhow, that is what's going on this morning. My daughter woke up pretty early, so I'm just here. I finished my coffee, and hopefully this went up, but this is my Malden. I bought a Tabak VDS, and I switched out of it like super fast. Probably use it for fall. I don't know why I do know why. The Malden's a classic, and I'm really enjoying this. I've got my Vanderspec Flyleaf. This is like the brown with that kukuyo, whatever stitching. So, yeah, I'm really loving it in here and as well. So anyhow, my friends, I just wanted to show you about my monthly books and what's going on. If you have any questions, let me know. I thank you for supporting my channel and subscribing and just, chilling with me. God bless you.